What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
This is Anna. She just graduated from college in the United States. And this is Sophia. She also just graduated from college
Shout
in
out all
Finland.
the graduates.
Anna and Sophia both want to be middle school teachers, but it turns out there's a good chance their experiences will be very different. So different that Anna is twice as likely as Sophia to leave teaching for good. That's causing a problem. The supply of new certified teachers in the United States is shrinking, but the number of public school students keeps growing.
Massive teacher shortages.
Warnings about teacher turnover.
Educators call Colorado's teacher shortage a crisis.
So what makes Sophia stay and Anna leave? And how can the United States keep more of its teachers in the classroom?
Pay them. Pay them for $10,000, Alex.
Who's
Pay
Alex?
them. Oh,
Wait.
you know, we're doing a game show. Pay them.
Is there an Alex in this video that I must have not heard?
Support them.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Support
let the
them,
kids-
Alex.
Oh. See, if we was on the game show, this would be me. Just blurt out the answers.
100%, right? Yeah.
Go ahead, babe. Go
Nah,
ahead. 'Cause you know I got
definitely.
some
I
things to
agree
say.
with you though. Pay them more, man. Pay. I know a few teachers who are getting like the benefits are very, very well for them. Even like with holidays and everything, like they're really secure with the benefits on how it fits their lifestyle. Let's
Yeah,
say it
they
like
like
that,
that.
their
They like
lifestyle,
that.
right? But when you really look at the tedious work that they're doing, we all say, and I feel like we all can agree that they do deserve to get paid more.
They do.
They're teaching our babies. They're teaching the future. They're taking off their whole lifestyle just to teach children something that's going to help them in the future. I mean, that's the reality of it.
Yes, let's not only talk about them teaching, but let's talk about them being sponsors and coaches of the extracurricular activities, football, cheerleading, beta clubs, all those things. What I was going to say, like, again, Deanna and I are close to a good amount of teachers, right? And they need to be supported with pay. They need to get all of their student loans forgiven. All.
Ooh.
Baby, you went to school to teach the next generation of Americans.
Yeah.
You need to get your student loans. And I'm a person who got student loans.
I'm letting the cook, y'all.
And I'm saying, oh,
Do your thing.
no, I'm just passionate.
No, I feel you.
Stop letting them kids beat up on them. Parents need to parent their children so that the
That's
teachers
actually
not parents.
a conversation I feel like that's being had in this day and age. Where teachers are calling home and saying, hey, look, such and such isn't cooperating. I'm going to need for you to, you know, see you. Is there anything you can do? And the parent would be like, aren't you the teacher?
Right.
Isn't
Child,
it your
that is
job?
not
I feel
the
like it's a
teacher's
partnership at that point. You have
It is
to
a
be
partnership.
involved together, because what the mama do at home, the teacher has to have a little bit of that same urge on the student, because they got to feel that relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got to have that relationship.
Partnering in education, but the teacher's job is to teach. The parent's job is to parent.
Yeah,
The teacher's
yeah.
not supposed to be parenting and teaching.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
We need to support their mental health. Listen, and then
We didn't even get on the counselors. The counselors involved too. Like, it's a lot of
Exactly.
people involved, all the way to the principal.
and then it's a risk being inside of a school today. You want to get on that? Oh, we ain't gonna get on.
So it's a lot that we feel they need to, you know, lift up on when it comes to the school systems, and the
Yes.
teachers especially. So, but we're gonna
I
continue.
like this topic.
Yeah.
In the US, teachers work about 9.25 hours a day.
Their life.
That's an hour and a half longer than the average for teachers in other countries in
And I'm sorry, that's not even in the mention them saying after school. Because they gotta stay after. I'll be seeing a lot of teachers they have to hanging around PTA meetings and oh Lord.
the Organization for Economic Development, or OECD for short. That's a group of mostly wealthy countries that economists often compare to one another. Teachers in the US work more than 2.5 hours longer than their colleagues in South Korea, Finland, and Israel. There are some countries with similar teacher work hours to the United States, like New Zealand, Singapore, and the UK. Teachers in Japan, for example, work nearly 2 hours more per day than teachers in the US. But in
Japan
all of
cooking.
these countries, teaching hours are much lower. Of the 9.25 hours that American teachers work every day, they spend about 5.5 of those hours actually teaching. That's more than the OECD average, and significantly more than teachers in New Zealand, the UK, South Korea, Japan, and Singapore. Teachers in these countries get more time for planning, grading, and collaborating with each other. So, do all those extra teaching hours translate to better results? Students in the US score slightly above the OECD average on the PISA exam, which tests 15-year-olds all over the world in reading, science, and math.
That's good.
But they score lower than students in countries like Finland, South Korea, Japan, and Singapore, where teaching hours are much lower. If we look inside Anna and Sophia's classrooms in the US and Finland, we'd see Anna teaching an hour and a half more per day than Sophia. Anna also spends more time planning lessons, grading student work, and leading extracurricular activities. But those extra hours aren't necessarily reflected in Anna's paycheck. If you compare Sophia to other people in Finland with college degrees, she makes about 98 cents for every dollar that they make. That's on par with the pay ratio between teachers and college graduates in similar countries. But Anna and other American middle school teachers only make about 65 cents for every dollar that their college-educated peers make.
Oh, that's a big gap.
Still, as politicians in the US never tire of pointing out, we spend
more per student than almost
any country, I think.
Than nearly every other country in the developed world.
But that figure varies a lot by state. New York spends twice as much as California on each student. Mississippi spends less than half as much as Alaska. And American schools generally spend a lot more on security and other non-instructional costs than schools in other countries. Plus, if you look at the share of its national wealth, or GDP, that each country spends on education, you can see there are plenty of countries spending a bigger share than the US. There's one other difference between Anna and Sophia. When they're asked whether people in their country value teachers, 2 out of 3 Finnish teachers say yes, but just 1 in 3 American teachers agree. There are a lot of reasons why teachers like Anna leave the classroom. But if the US wants to keep more of them around, we might want to take a few pages from Finland's book.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely stop it right there. Wow.
Yeah, that's hurtful that they don't feel valued, but I understand why they don't feel valued. They have some parents who really don't value the teachers, and then they have the government that don't back them up. And then also, if I was a teacher, I'm sorry, I couldn't be a teacher today. No, I'm not risking myself for. No, that's hard and that's tough.
Well, you did teach at one point in your life for a few years.
I did, but
I feel like you still do it. You're saying it out of your mouth, and it's hard. You know, you probably want to be just to be combative, but I do feel like you would still do it.
I don't.
Really?
Because when you see them have the city hall meetings and having to vote on pay, everybody should vote yes on those board for pay.
Yeah.
But they don't, and it's like, do the teachers? First of all, a lot of people use teachers as if they're babysitters. They don't sit down at home with their children to go over what they don't even know what their children are learning.
They don't.
You know,
They
so
read grades and that's it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think the investment.
The pay don't match.
But I can't speak for every state in the U.S. when it comes to how they invest into their school systems, when it comes to the buildings, the fields, the electronics, all that stuff. But I can mention that, you know, I hear, for what I've seen, they do give care to those type of equipment so they can make sure those children are having these experiences to the full capacity.
That's the students. We're talking about the teachers.
It goes through the teachers that has to drip it down to the students, though.
Yes, and most of the time they have to depend on their own finances, and they have to depend on the public to buy buy things off the Amazon list and things like that. They shouldn't even have that to deal with. They go out of their pocket for so much. I value teachers.
No, 100%. Shout out to all the teachers, man. Teachers. Yeah, 100%.
And I hate that they feel
if y'all
that
really think about it, like, it's about the people at the end of the day. Regardless of your title, you have to go back to the community to get what you need. Because we are what keeps this thing going. At the end of the day, regardless of how you look at it, because like when it comes to teachers, they're gonna ask every parent of their student in the classroom to invest into their student again for napkins, crayons, glue stick,
Right,
whatever
right.
it is that's gonna help to contribute to the classroom to make sure everything is moving at a speed. Because when you don't have the things you need, then the teacher can't perform, and they have to go out of their pockets to get things to come back to the classroom. And who want to do that?
Right. And it's hard. It's like I want to go into this next subject, but it's gonna pull us in a whole different direction. So I'm not gonna do that.
I can strong arm this conversation. We can keep it. We can keep it.
You're silly.
If you go that way,
But
I know how to turn this back in.
I feel like I don't know. Okay, so to answer your question earlier on if I could teach in today's time.
Yeah.
No, university level, but not preschool
I
level.
didn't put a title to it.
And definitely not grade
I just
school.
said you definitely could still
University.
do it. If it's so university, then let it be that. But I knew you still have it in you because I just know you. Like
Let's
I know
go
what you
talk
can do.
law.
See, it's in you.
But yeah, I value teachers, and
Yeah,
I
100%.
hate that our teachers don't feel value. Out of this whole video, that's the thing that strikes me the most.
Yeah.
Is that they don't feel value, but I understand why.
Teachers need to stick together though. At the end of the day, y'all definitely need to. I don't know what it is inside the halls when it comes to teachers, like what any feud can be or anything like that, how they may view one another. But at the end of the day, when it comes to those babies and it comes to y'all health and y'all mental, y'all need each other. Like I feel like that's very, very much important. And your voices matter too. So anytime you're at meetings and things like that, y'all definitely just need to continue to speak up on things. Push those letters out, whatever it is going to help contribute to the ease of your experience as a teacher.
Yeah, but it's about the government.
They
I
got to
don't
put their
think
voices.
it's necessarily about their experiences. It's the government that's not helping them enough.
What they speak on, the government is going to have to listen to, and eventually going to have to make a turn towards their experience to be better.
Yeah, but it takes the community too.
I say that. Hey, from the
All
soil
right,
you
y'all.
up.
So obviously, we have a lot to say about teachers. So let's continue these conversations in the description. I mean, not the description box, the comment section. All right.
Yes.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.